Welcome to the Boss Man's blog. My name's Scott Hill. I'm the owner of Powerly. I've been a sports physiotherapist for 20 years, along with also helping people transform their bodies and become better versions of themselves, along with fitness models, bodybuilders and powerlifters for the last 20 years also. I have been told that I have a unique perspective on some of these issues, so that's what I want to give to you through these podcasts. Over the 20 years I've talked to thousands of people, helped thousands of people, and to put it bluntly, what I see is the whole paradigm, the whole concept around fat loss is failing. That's easy to see. Just look at the statistics. The whole Western population has an obesity epidemic, and all traditional trains of thoughts and methods have been failing, and I see them failing when they come and see me in the clinic for the last 15 to 20 years. So I think there needs to be a big push by some people like myself to finally step up and just say, hey, let's look at this differently. Let's look at this from a whole different perspective, and get rid of the old trains of thought. A good example is everyone saying, I'm overweight, I need to go on a diet and do cardio. My initial response, of course, is no, no, and no. Diets have been failing for 50 to 60 years when defined as a adherence to a rigid program, either a set diet or shakes or whatever you want to do. You've got over a 95% chance of failing and rebounding to a fatter level than when you started from. So why are we still doing it? It simply shouldn't be there, but it's very hard to shake a paradigm or just a whole ingrained cultural issue. Then the next is we don't even want to lose weight. Weight makes people focused on the scales, and if the scales aren't moving, they think they're failing. Where they could be kicking butt, they can be losing fat, gaining muscle, scales not moving a lot, but really improving their health, recomposing their body, but simply because of that one ingrained paradigm, I have to lose weight instead of I have to lose fat, leads people to fail. Time and time again we see it. And the good old, you have to do cardio. Now, nothing wrong with cardio, it's healthy. It should be part of a program for most people, but it's certainly not the ideal modality of exercise for healthy fat loss. And that's where probably the point of difference, let's hit it right on the head, is all of the stuff that I'm going to do. One is science-based, two based in a bit of critical thinking and clinical law, which is just a way of thinking, and I'll try and portray that as we go through. It's a hard thing to put a definition to, but you'll soon see how the train of thought goes. But everything I do is predicated on health first, not looks. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Great, be body beautiful, body image, all those issues are real issues, but no one seems to address the main fact, that being excessively overweight is primarily unhealthy. That's it. Don't care about the designer clothes, what someone finds attractive or another person, even what dress fits well or what shirt fits good on a guy. All these are very secondary issues. If you don't have health, it doesn't really matter how you look. And again, it's ingrained in the perception in society that instead of saying, I want to healthily lose weight and feel better and be healthier, they go, I want to lose weight and look better. Just wrong. It leads down a poor psychological path, and a lot of these podcasts are going to be aimed at the general public and the masses. Yes, I do prepare bodybuilders, fitness models, power lifters, and I'm going to cross over topics there, and maybe even some podcasts will be right about that, because just as bad as the diet and fitness industry is the culture and the status quo around physique sports. Again, that it's time to change. A lot of them are stuck in the past, and where a lot of methods, let's say, of course, work. You'll get on stage in shape, but for a lot of collateral damage a lot of the time to health, or the mental aspect around relationships with food, or even just the context of being a healthy competitor year in, year out. And that goes for the general public. No yo-yo dieting. We don't diet. Diets are gone. And this podcast is going to cover a lot of topics, and hopefully a lot of it will ring true. And I hope my purpose and goal for this podcast is to create discussion. Agree or don't agree. I don't get into tit-for-tat arguments, all the silly stuff. An intelligible debate, differences of opinion are awesome. And that way we can discuss ideas and philosophies. If it comes to science, then you look at the data. That's the easy side. But there's more to it than just science. We've got to bring in psychology. And the biggest one of all is that whole mental shift away from what's been happening for 50, 60 years and failing. And I don't say I have all the answers, not even close. But over the last 20 years, I have realized that I view things quite differently. I tend to look at things in much more of a holistic context and try and develop processes that go after the main goal that I'm after, which, when I define it, is I want, for general population, healthy, sustainable fat loss. That's how we define it. All three. Not weight loss, not transient weight loss, not even fat loss in an unhealthy fashion. And when I say healthy, physically and mentally healthy. So that's going to be the whole ethos. I've been procrastinating on starting this podcast and these vlogs. I am not a natural speaker behind a camera. In front of people I seem to do just fine, but I don't know what happens when this thing goes on. But anyway, you'll hopefully see there'll be sense of humour in this as well. It's a serious topic, but everything doesn't have to be serious. A little bit of humour thrown in is always fun. I'm doing this off the cuff. So just because I don't want it to be scripted, I want people to see, my genuine passion to make a change in how we deal with getting healthy, getting people fitter. And this will stretch to the fitness industry. I own a gym, but I'm the first to say I'm in the healthcare industry, not in the fitness industry. I am not a huge fan of the fitness industry as a whole. Again, there'll be podcasts on that. I'm all for the individual. I know heaps of people in the fitness industry. Great intentions, and a lot of them do great work. But again, as a general industry, it's poorly regulated. I don't think the standard for the training of coaches is high enough or regulated well enough to give the public what they need and deserve from the industry. So this is the start. I want to make a change. Let's see where it goes. And just as the final side note, this is just an intro. Hope I didn't bore you too much. It's called the Boss Man Podcast. I hate that nickname, but that's why I put it in there. That's what everybody calls me, because they know I don't like it, and they're getting me back for some of the teasing I probably do to them. But anyway, this is the intro. What I will likely do, I am writing a book. I'm probably 80% of the way through it. Each of these first probably 20 podcasts are going to be a chapter from the book. And it's my thoughts on how we can change the culture and the paradigm of dieting and pills and potions and quick fixes and what's been failing for 50, 60 years, and very slowly start to shift towards healthcare, accounting for the psychology of fat loss, and hopefully giving you guys a great insight. And even if one topic, the penny drops and it allows someone to start their journey towards being healthier and happier, or helping someone else, job well done. Alright guys, signing out. I'll look at this back and let's see what it looks like. This ugly mug.